Welcome back to HPL. We're at the PvP Live Studios here in Frisco, Texas. Superjj just took a 2-0 lead over Kaldi, showing you the perfect example of changing gears when you have a control deck, but you get that aggressive hand. Don't sit back and wait. Just get them. Just beat them up.
Great aggressive play from Superjj in that game, dealing exactly the amount of damage he needed to deal at the very end with a Gore Howl. You can get out there on Twitter and use that hashtag HPL. Let us know exactly what you thought of Superjj turning up the heat in this match, because boy, if there's someone who got, Kaldi got.
Yeah, those Cruel Taskmasters put in a lot of work there, and that's the second time, and I think about the last 2 weeks, we've seen someone die to a Gore Howl.
Yeah, I mean, it was played, Kranich, I believe. Kranich is the one who played Gore Howl, and he got someone with that 7-point damage burst also. You know, it's not something you typically expect anymore, since that card has very much fallen out of favor, but we're seeing it revive. This is the third time we've actually seen it from a player.
It kills a Dr. Boom.
Yeah, in HPL this week alone. But guys, Game 3 is getting underway right now. Is Superjj going to be able to close this, or is Kaldi going to start turning things around?
Yeah, we need to see something big and something fast out of Kaldi. He's going to revert to a power strategy here.
Yeah, but you know what? Superjj is playing that handlock deck, and we've seen it before here in HPL. This is one of the decks that can be used effectively to throw this deck off and completely dominate the board.
Oh yeah, just great queue up here by Superjj, and keep this Mountain Giant in his opening hand. That's going to be one of his early strategies in this game.
Yeah, we're going to have that turn 1 Zombie Chow, a couple of life taps, and then Mountain Giant afterwards. And Molten Giant, not likely to be coming in as an early factor in this game.
Kaldi's opening hand is great.
Yeah.
He's got Armor Smith and Cruel Taskmaster for early pressure and early armor. He's already got a Warsong Commander, which you only need late, but he has the coin and he has Emperor Thorson. That is one of the most important, if not the most important card in the deck.
Yeah, I mean, in this matchup in particular, too, I mean, you really need to get stuff ramped up. And, you know, I think Kaldi really understands that portion of the game. You know, the fact that he's focusing more on some combo strategies, love seeing that from him. But so far, Superjj one step ahead of him in queuing up decks.
Yeah, and he's just going to move in on this Mountain Giant strategy as well. You can see him just, you know, forego playing anything to the board. He's just going to life tap every turn here.
Yep. So Kaldi able to start chipping away a little bit, but you know, it doesn't matter too much in this Mountain Giant. Oh, 2 Mountain Giants now, and Kaldi does not have an Execute in his hand or a Big Game Hunter or anything to deal with.
You might see another quick one here. Superjj might start really pushing for pressure here.
Yeah, I mean, Kaldi's going to have to find something if he wants to get this done. You know, I think that it's going to kind of start with Cool Taskmaster and slam. And
well, yeah, I think he's going to slam and just get some more information here.
Yeah, I think this is super important right now. Execute and Interrage done. You know, this is now enough pressure to actually kill this Mountain Giant, but you know, what does it cost him in the meantime?
Yeah, it costs him a lot of his setup here. If he uses this Inner Rage to also take care of this Mountain Giant, it does get rid of the really big threat, but it takes away a lot of his pieces of the combo for later in the game.
Yeah, but can you just leave this on the board, though? Is that really what you want to do?
Yeah, you got to figure out. I mean, I've got to believe Kaldi's going to kill the minion here because it's Kaldi. This is what he does.
I think it's just right to kill the minion is why I think he's going to kill it. Yeah, Interrage, I mean, he does get a card off the Interrage, and he will get one more out of the Acolyte of Pain from swinging.
Yeah, you know, the more I think about it, the more I like it. His hand is still pretty good going forward. He has Warsong Commander, he has the Stable Ghoul, he has Frothing Berserker, and he still has this Emperor Thorson, which is his plan going forward. You can see Kaldi kind of shake his head there, the last draw being an Execute. It is going to help him out in this game since there's another Mountain Giant.
He's going to breathe a sigh of relief once he sees the other Mountain Giant come out, I think, anyway. You know, does have a way to clear this up now, but he really does want to play this Emperor Thorson on this turn.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to pass up playing Emperor Thorson on this turn, but you know, you got to weigh your options. Do you want to take care of this Mountain Giant?
Yeah,
I like he's moving the Emperor.
I like the Emperor pretty much every single way.
Yeah, you might not have to use your Execute here if you play the Emperor, because you have to believe Superjj is going to do something to kill it, and it's most likely going to be attacked by this Mountain Giant.
Yeah, I would say so as well. And he's going to be able to throw his own Emperor behind this, but Kaldi's hand looking really fantastic, kind of moving into the later stages of the game. You know, if he finds himself picking up, say, like, he's got it on Stable Ghoul right now, but if he picks up a Whirlwind, this hand is going to get very dangerous very quickly.
His hand is already very dangerous, as you're saying. Yeah, he needs this Battle Rage to get him a little more value late in the game, or pick up something like a Patron Warrior, I'm sorry, and he can move forward from there. But he does have the option of a very big Frothing Berserker turn sometime pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll see exactly how he wants to pan this one out. A couple different options from him, but you know, this is the stage of the game where it starts to get really sticky, and you know, this is the kind of the game that Kaldi really wants to play, where he's got a lot of these difficult decisions.
Yeah, he definitely has a ton of difficult decisions here, but you may see something like Warsong Commander into Unstable Ghoul here to really try to take care of both of these minions. He can clear out the Mountain Giant and the Emperor Thorson with an Execute coupled that way. He can also damage his Cruel Taskmaster before he attacks here and cycle a Battle Rage if he wants to, since if he's going to clean up both of these minions, one of these Battle Rages is not going to be very good going forward, since he's at 34 and you've already cleared out 2 Mountain Giants and an Emperor Thorson. You probably aren't going to get attacked below 30 anytime soon.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly what he wants to do. Again, plenty of options available to him.
He's got a ton of options this turn.
You know, just if he had a whirlwind,
Yeah,
if
he
he
can
had a
even
second
couple a
whirlwind
Frothic
effect,
Berserker in this draw as well if he wants to.
This might be a turn where he just decides he wants to go for it too. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. He's going to draw a ton of cards from this Battle Rage and really get things done.
He needs to hurry up.
Yeah, he does have to hurry up. And Battle Rage is going to get done. Cruel Taskmaster.
He might run out of time here.
I mean, he's got plenty of time to queue up the animations, I would say. It's just going to be a matter of, watching them finish this point. I think he has done everything at this point. And actually, if this Frothing Berserker goes to face, though, is this too much damage you're dealing? You don't want to put your opponent into an easy Molten Giant turn either.
I mean, you just have to go to the face here. It's what you're trying to do. You can't pass up 11 damage putting your opponent to 10 here. It's so hard to pass it up.
Well,
the second Molten Giant right on time.
This is like, this is an Independence Day where everything gets blown up, and then you have to fight off a ton of pressure here. Both Molten Giants. I mean, these are like those giant alien ships now that are destroying like every single city that it comes across. This is like the disaster spot for Kaldi.
You're showing your age here, Admiral.
Will Smith was the only thing that could stop the aliens, and Kaldi needs to draw Will Smith right now.
Yeah, he needs Will Smith bad.
Zombie Chow going to get added to the board as well. And something's got to give here. No execute for Kaldi. Doesn't have a way to deal 18 points of damage in his hand. And, frankly, with the Acolyte as his only card draw, is he just going to like rip a whirlwind into this? I think he's got to wait.
Yeah, I mean, going forward, Kaldi, like, he has so much pressure against him on the other side of the board out of nowhere for Superjj. Superjj drawing all 4 of his Giants by turn 7 there and getting all 4 of them to play by turn 7.
So massive. I mean, it's very rare that you see these kinds of things happen, but in this
Superjj's draws have been very good, and he's played them very well in these games.
His Qs have been great,
too.
Oh,
absolutely.
I mean, getting the better of him at every single step of the way so far. So we'll see exactly how this pans out. I mean, Sludge Belcher, Loatheb behind this. I think this is going to be massive damage from Superjj as he shuts off his turn with this Loatheb.
Yeah, I really like Sludge Belcher Loatheb push for damage here. Kaldi played the Acolyte of Pain hoping it had pseudo taunt, because it's such a scary card for them. But I think at this point when you're Superjj, you're like, yeah, have whatever cards you want. Just
you're
take
under
18.
Loatheb. Take all the cards you need at this point.
Take 18. Yeah.
Does have a Grim Patron in his hand, but I don't think he's going to be able to quite fight off this much pressure. I don't think he can deliver 14 points of damage too. If he needed this extra mana for this, if this Inner Rage was active, this would be a different story.
Yeah, if he was able to use Inner Rage and Whirlwind this turn, it's a very different story, but he's not going to be able to get enough through here.
Deathspite gets drawn. He just can't cast any spell because of this Loatheb. The Loatheb completely shutting him out, I think.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he is going to be able to pick up some extra health here. Killing the Zombie Chow is going to put him up to 18. And he can still kill the Loatheb as well, right? So he's not dead anymore on board.
Yeah, he's not dead on board, but we can see Superjj's hand, both of those Hellfires.
Yeah, you still have to play. You still have to play what you see on the board.
I agree. I mean, he's played this turn, I think, the best that he could. And frankly, even in this game, I think he's played this game the best that he could. But
yeah, I think he's played this game great.
The power of this matchup is that sometimes you fall so far behind that there's nothing you could do about it. This game was a prime example of that.
And sometimes you draw all 4 of your Giants. He even gave him the well played. He knows.
Yeah, he knows exactly what's going on here. Superjj going to take this series 3 games to 0. Massive swing turns, massive pressure.
He's going to play all this.
The BM. Love seeing players show their flair in this one.
Yeah, just going to show them I still had all Ds.
Yep, even going to life tap.
Even going to life tap, wow.
100% mana utilization on this turn, and that's going to deliver the final points of damage. Superjj queuing up beautifully and taking a very decisive 3-game set.
Yeah, just Superjj looked on point in every spot here in this match. Great queue-ups, great draws, great play. Easy 3-0 win.
Yeah, this is the winning combination right here. You play great, you build great, you draw great.
It's great.
The result is great, and that's exactly what happened in this game. Let's go back to game 1 here too, because that was really probably the most interesting game to me.
The Paladin deck?
Yeah, I think this was kind of a spot where I anticipated Kaldi maybe swapping over to a more aggressive style. Superjj came prepared for that.
He had
Sen'jin in his deck. He had Sludge Belcher in his deck, Sunwalker in his deck, 2 copies of Lay on Hands, Wild Pyromancer and Equality. So many things that we've seen fall out of favor in a lot of these Paladin builds. He brought him back here today.